Episode number 133. Kill him, croaked Jack 3, who had come close up. Monsieur, it is a cell. Show it me. Pass this way, then. Jack 3, with his usual craving on him, and evidently disappointed by the dialogue taking a turn that did not seem to promise bloodshed, held by Defarge's arm as he held by the turnkey's. Their three heads had been close together during this brief discourse, and it had been as much as they could do to hear one another, even then. So tremendous was the noise of the living ocean, in its irruption into the fortress, and its inundation of the courts, and passages and staircases. All around outside, too, it beat the walls with a deep, hoarse roar, from which, occasionally, some partial shouts of tumult broke, and leaped into the air like spray. Through gloomy vaults, where the light of day had never shone, past hideous doors of dark dens, and cages, down cavernous flights of steps, and again up steep rugged ascents of stone, and brick, more like dry waterfalls than staircases, Defarge, the turnkey, and Jack 3, linked hand and arm, went with all the speed they could make. Here and there, especially at first, the inundation started on them, and swept by, but when they had done descending, and were winding, and climbing up a tower, they were alone. Hemmed in here by the massive thickness of walls and arches, the storm within the fortress, and without was only audible to them in a dull, subdued way, as if the noise out of which they had come had almost destroyed their sense of hearing. The turnkey stopped at a low door, put a key in a clashing lock, swung the door slowly open, and said, as they all bent their heads, and passed in. 105, North Tower. There was a small, heavily grated, unglazed window high in the wall, with a stone screen before it, so that the sky could be only seen by stooping low, and looking up. There was a small chimney, heavily barred across, a few feet within. There was a heap of old feathery wood ashes on the hearth. There was a stool, and table, and a straw bed. There were the four blackened walls, and a rusted iron ring in one of them. Pass that torch slowly along these walls, that I may see them, said Defarge to the turnkey. The man obeyed, and Defarge followed the light closely with his eyes. Stop! Exclamation, look here, Jack. A.M. croaked Jack 3, as he read greedily. Alexander Manette, said Defarge in his ear, following the letters with his swart forefinger, deeply engrained with gunpowder. And here he wrote, a poor physician. And it was he, without doubt, who scratched a calendar on this stone. What is that in your hand? A crowbar? Give it me. He had still the linstock of his gun in his own hand. He made a sudden exchange of the two instruments, and turning on the worm-eaten stool and table, beat them to pieces in a few blows. Hold the light higher, he said, wrathfully, to the turnkey. Look among those fragments with care, Jack. And see. Here is my knife, throwing it to him. Rip open that bed, and search the straw. Hold the light higher, you.